2 weeks ago, I put the bearded dragons that are in these enclosures together. And this big boy right here and this big girl are going to be having babies. I have some sand and I have some peat moss here. We're gonna mix it all together in this bin so that she could lay her eggs. Okay, let's go ahead and get Sandy out of here. This is Sandy, and she is a leatherback 0 bearded dragon. Let's go ahead and see if she feels like digging for us. All goes well, this is going to be my first time breeding bearded dragon. I don't have a lid for this enclosure, so it might get a little bit messy, and she's gonna be able to kick all the sand out. She could escape if she wants to. I don't think she's gonna want to. What are you doing, man? You tasting the sand? You know, it's not healthy for you, all right? And then Hercules is over here watching. He knows he's about to be a proud father. All right, now it looks like she's just trying to get into Hercules' enclosure. I put the camera here. Hopefully this ends up working and actually recording, because this GoPro is not the best. Let's go ahead and wait for her to see if she's gonna lay. I'm gonna turn this off so that it doesn't die for no reason. And Sandy, whenever you're ready to lay your eggs, just call my name and I'll come back and record you.
A few moments later.
Okay, it looks like Sandy does not want to lay her eggs right now. So what I'll do is I'll put her back into her enclosure, and whenever I see her trying to dig again, I'll get her and I'll put her back in here, and hopefully she'll lay in there. There's definitely not enough substrate for her to lay in here, as you can see.
The next morning.
All right, and it looks like this big girl is getting excited to come and play in the sand.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
It looks like Sandy is finally starting to dig. Hopefully she lays her eggs today, because she's been digging already for about 5 days. No, actually it's already been almost a week since she started digging. She would actually want to be digging in here in the PVC a lot, to the point where I just let her get access to this box full time so she could come in here whenever she wanted. All right, so it looks like the ground's completely covered up, and we have a deflated bearded dragon right there. So we could put all this back inside of her enclosure. All these things are hers. And then these eggs, gotta go collect them. So for these eggs, I'm gonna be using some perlite instead of vermiculite. I just feel like it'll be a little bit better for the bearded dragons. Now it's time to collect the eggs. I saw her digging in this corner, so that's where I'm gonna look first. And there they are. I'm gonna make sure we don't toss any over here. Here are the first bearded dragon eggs I've ever collected. You know, I actually didn't even think about it, but you could see the eggs from this side. It's actually some even all the way down there. Dude, it's an insane amount of eggs that that lizard could carry. Looks like this egg unfortunately popped, so we're gonna have to put that one aside. That is all the eggs. Now let's see how many eggs she laid. It's 1, 2, 3, 21 eggs, and one of them popped. She probably pierced it with her claw or something.
Several months later.
Here are the little babies hatching out. Just like the iguanas, when they hatch out exhausted, so they don't really run away. They just chill there. They're probably gonna start being a little bit more crazy tomorrow. I set up this quick little enclosure for the bearded dragons. These little guys are already out of the eggs, and I'm sure they're probably a little bit crazy already. Should go ahead and set them up. Ricky, the guy that sold me the parents to these little guys, told me that the first UVB that these little babies should get is natural UVB. So let's go ahead and take them outside. I opened this up, and a few of them are already going crazy. Look at this little one. He's trying to bite me. What are you doing, bro? You're trying to square up with me. Oh my goodness. There's already a few that jumped in here, as you can see. Oh, there go a few more. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros in here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 het zeros. Look at this crazy baby. So this guy is clearly the alpha of the babies. We're gonna go ahead and put him right there at the top. Let's see all these little zeros, see how they're looking. It looks like a few of them are regular zeros, and then a few of them are leatherback. So this one, as you can see, is a regular. See how spiky he is in the back? And then this one right here is a leatherback. So if we see his back, you can see how smooth he is. So you could actually tell really easily just by looking at them. Yeah, these guys are looking very lively, very nice. This one looks like he might have just hatched out a little bit more recently. And I say that because he's a little bit more limp than the other ones. So maybe these would have been a little bit smart to leave them in the incubator a little bit long. Either way, they should warm up in here. The conditions out here aren't too different from the ones in the incubator. Let's see, we're gonna look through this, although I don't think there's any more, just to make sure we don't have any little babies hiding under here. All of these guys look very lively except those two zeros right there. Hopefully it's because they just hatched out last. We're gonna keep an eye on them and make sure everybody's okay. Right after setting up all the babies, we have some more eggs to collect.
2 weeks later.
Check out what I found in the incubator. Some little baby dragons hatching out. I don't want to talk too loud and wake these little ones up. Let's leave them in here a little bit longer. Here we have one of the craziest bearded dragons that I've ever bred. She is digging her nest. She's not very friendly, so I'm not gonna mess with her. She's really trying to lay her eggs. We probably won't catch it on videos because I'm honestly just too busy to like sit here and watch, and these guys sometimes take a few days. Sometimes they lay it right away. She's already been digging for a day and a half or so. Yeah, I'm not going to set up a camera or anything. We're going to be collecting plenty of eggs. Let's just let her lay, see what she pops out. After digging for a whole week, it looks like the red dragon finally laid some eggs. I can't even really tell. Yeah, I think she definitely looks a little skinnier. And there's a pretty big mound here. Looks like maybe there's an infertile egg there. Oh yeah, check it out. Some bearded dragon eggs. Let's go ahead and take all these eggs out, and we need to be quick because I have to head out for an animal show in 30 minutes. Now, time for the fun part, and now we'll simply start digging them out. Now, it does look like she laid it this morning, but I still want to be gentle because I'm not 100% sure if she did lay this morning or last night. There we go. Let's see, this is gonna be this girl's first time ever laying. Hopefully the eggs are good. They were just laid because they're still very soft. Looks like this girl laid a pretty small clutch. Let's see, maybe not. There might be more eggs here. Well, she got at least 10, which is nice. Still have about 27 bearded dragons, zeros, that I did not even put for sale just because I've been so busy. These guys we need to put up for sale right away so that we could sell them as soon as they're ready, because the zeros I was slacking and now I have to take care of a ton of dragons. Even so, those are my first bearded dragons and I'm honestly having a lot of fun with them. For these, I do want to be better prepared and move them faster, because if I get even more babies hatching, it's going to be a lot of work. So if anybody wants some of these red dragons, shadowsreptiles.com is the place to find them. Alright, it looks like that is it. There we go, now we'll put it aside, and in a couple of weeks, she should lay another clutch. Let's see how many eggs she laid. 15, 16, 17 eggs. One is infertile. These all look good, but we need to keep an eye on them and see how they do throughout the incubation process. It's been about 2 months now since the zeros hatched out, and about 1 month since the red dragon laid eggs. Let's check on all of them. These eggs are the red monster's eggs. As you can see, they're looking nice and plump. About a month and a week, we should have some beautiful red dragons hatching. I'm gonna show them their form of heaven for a second. So as you can see, this is the baby leatherback. And yeah, nice and meaty little guys, doing good. 2 months old. Where are you going? Let's put him back home. Then here we have some of the zeros. These guys are already bigger, so they're all separated. So we gotta look at them one by one. This one is a leatherback zero, so he's doing amazing as well. Yeah, we have about 15 bearded dragons left. Hey, getting feisty with me, little guy. And yeah, a lot of them have been rehomed already. A few of them are still waiting for their homes, and we are about to get some crazy setups for them in the next few weeks. Hopefully right before the red monsters hatch out. We'll see. So all of these little guys are from the second clutch that hatched out. Most of the ones from the first one were already sold. But here is the alpha from the first group. The little guy that was being feisty. I mean, look how much more chill he is now, but this is how big he is. So this is how big this little guy is after 2 months. Already sold a lot of enclosures. I know it still looks very crowded, and that's because we have to use tubs and stuff to just keep the animals in, especially now that it's actually like 50 degrees outside and it's noon here in Florida. But anyways, updates coming soon. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and have a great day.